Question. Order. Question number 11. Marama Fox.
Tēnā koe te mana whakawā, nei taku pātai ki te Minister of Social Housing. What action, if any, will she take to address the deeply held concerns of the UN Committee on the Rights of the Child in respect of children's rights to an adequate standard of living and access to housing?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister of Social Housing, the Government has a comprehensive plan to increase the supply of emergency and social housing to ensure that those in need, including children, have adequate housing. We are the first government to directly fund emergency housing. There was $41.1 million in Budget 16 for 3,000 new and existing emergency housing places and to fund a new non-recoverable special needs grant to pay for emergency housing. Since then, another $9 million has been announced to roll out Housing First and other support for the homeless. We are also supporting both community providers and Housing New Zealand to increase the supply of social housing, with more than 2,500 new places forecast in Auckland over the next 3 years.
Supplementary.
Supplementary question, Marama Fox.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Does she accept that filling all current vacant state houses with waitlisted families who have children and providing them with security of tenure so they can get ongoing access to long-term services and support is one of the measures she could implement now to intensify efforts to provide safe and adequate housing to all children? If so, will she commit to working with the Māori Party to achieve this?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Mr Speaker, on behalf of the Minister for Social Housing, I'm always willing to talk with the Māori Party about these issues and always find their input constructive. Housing New Zealand is working to fill any short-term vacant properties as fast as possible because it is a priority to get families in need into our social housing. For example, in the Gisborne area, Housing New Zealand has taken 13 homes off the market and let them to new tenants. They're doing this in other areas of high demand. We are also reviewing tenancies of those paying market rent to free up houses for those in more need. So far, 943 people have left social housing, including 120 who have bought their own homes.
Supplementary.
Order. Supplementary question, Marama Fox.
In light of her recent announcement that opening up access to community housing providers to give them up to 150% of income-related rent, does she have any plans to work with the Māori Party to explore the expansion of this policy to extend to existing community housing tenants as a measure to help eliminate homelessness? If not, why not?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
On behalf of the Minister, there are no plans to extend the income-related rent subsidy to existing community housing tenants. Our main priority is to get more people housed, and we will do that by providing the subsidy to new tenants, not those who already have a house. The extra $24.4 million I recently announced comes on top of the $120 million in the budget for community providers. This will help them increase supply so we can get more people housed.
Question.